About 20 minutes ago at around 10:25, you see these 25 strike calls that are bullish and then 24 strike calls that are bearish. So what is going on with DraftKings? In this video, we're going to go over this analysis of unusual options and decide what we're going to do and how we are trading DraftKings. DKNG is the ticker symbol. Today is May 15. It is 10:47 a.m. And so let's get right to it. As we can see from the charts here, this conflicting signal does make sense because we are at this strong resistance level turned support level. It used to be resistance, and now it is support. So you'll also see here, since its rally after earnings, this has been held as a support, but then since then, it has been going down. And so now we are at this critical price level where will this break down from this large gap up from earnings? So this is a very contested area for the bulls and the bears. And so that is why we are seeing this sort of unusual option activity coming in of lots of these bullish and bearish. You'll see here on the May 19th, we have this 25 strike calls here. And so that's where this is. And instead of going bullish on this, we actually instead are selling it. So for our trade, what we're doing is a little different, but it does take into basically both accounts. So while there's lots of buying on the 25 strikes, what we're doing is taking advantage of a lot of that buying that is raising the price of these options. So we're going to sell it. And so then for the next expiration, where we saw all these 24 strike calls, we saw a lot of them selling it. And what we're doing instead, we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to buy it because there's a lot of selling pressure on it. That means the price of these options are getting pushed down, so they're cheaper. So we want to buy that. And so what that does is then this creates a diagonal spread. So what it looks like when we analyze this trade is it is a bullish trade. However, we do get the advantage of cutting our losses if it does drop below a price point where there is a risk reduction on this purple line. And so you'll see the slope here also is not so straight down on a 1-to-1. That's also part of the risk reduction. It slowly kind of curves down. So if it does go down, we have kind of risk mitigation in place. So it's currently going for $46 per trade. And you'll see here as the price of 23.47 goes up, it will be gaining in profit because this is above the zero line on the y-axis. Anything below that is a loss. So if it goes down in price on the x-axis, then it is a loss. We like this trade because when we look at the Greeks, the theta decay is very minimal. You see that right now it's negative 0.10. So that's very minimal, very close to zero. Because if you were to straight out just buy the calls on the May 19th, those 25 strike calls, you can see here that if you analyze this trade, let's turn our trade off. This is the just the calls on the unusual options, and you'll see here it is a -3. So we don't want such a high negative theta that will decay in value if the price doesn't break this 25.1 level. So that's why we're going with our trade, where if it doesn't move, we don't decay in value. And we do also like that positive delta because technically if this support level holds, then it could come back up from here, because it has been going down for the past 4 days. It had gone down earlier this morning much lower. Since then it has now, well, as you can see now, it's turned green. Just turned green as we were speaking. So now it's 0.04. So that's 0 now. So it's white. So it's the bulls and the bears are fighting it out. And so we're going a little bit more bullish. And that's sort of what's coming now. And yeah. So if that was, if this video was something you've learned, you enjoyed it, please smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't. And make sure to comment below on what you think is going to happen to DraftKings stock. If you don't trade options, you can also use unusual options to also determine the direction of stocks as well, to determine whether or not you want to short a stock or buy stock based on unusual options. And if you watch our videos and more of them, you'll understand how to use unusual options, and then you can use that to determine your stock trades or your options trades. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, and have a great day.